right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. It's 7:30 p.m. or 7:31 p.m. Welcome to the Borough of Oradell Planning Board. Notice of this meeting was published in the official newspaper, prominently posted in Borough Hall, and filed with the clerk in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act. Mr. Dipkin, would you take roll call?
Mr. Snyder?
Here.
Mr. Kang?
Here.
Mr. Kelly?
Here.
Mr. Hines?
Here.
Councilman Carnaval?
Here.
Mayor Cope?
Here.
Vince not there. Mr. Darian?
Here. Okay. Next, we have Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Kang, would you lead us? Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our next item on the agenda tonight is approval of planning board minutes for September 3rd. Do I have any comments, any additions or changes to the minutes? Having seen none, can I get a motion to approve the planning board minutes for September 3rd?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
Steve?
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Kang?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Hines? Here. Councilman Carnaval?
Yes.
Mayor Cope?
Abstain.
Mr. Darian?
I abstain also. Okay. For this evening, we have two items of correspondence, both in conjunction with the property located at 311 Beechwood Road, also known as calendar item S-133-24. We have site plan prepared by McClellan Engineering dated July 26th, and we have a review letter prepared by Neglia Engineering dated September 9th. Next, we have committee reports. First is subdivision, site drainage, and soil moving. Mr. Carnaval?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have one application this evening, calendar number S-133-24, 311 Beechwood Road. I'd ask the applicant to come up. And if you could just state your name for the record.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Aziz Suleymanoğlu. First name is O-Z-Z-Y. Last name is S-U-L-E-Y-M-A-N-O-G-L-U. Owner of the Home Source Construction. Business address 219 West Madison Avenue, Dumont, New Jersey. And I'm representing homeowner Knowles, Marion Knowles. And we are proposing on a single dwelling existing house, 528 rear addition, 275 square feet covered deck, and 174 square feet new porch addition on an existing single family house.
Excuse me, 1 second. Mike, does he have to be sworn in?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Can I ask a question before you do that? Mike, if the contractor is not the applicant, is he able to represent the applicant?
I doubt it. I mean, we have nothing from the, I have nothing from the applicant, so if we have questions, how could he answer on their behalf?
Is the applicant
We
attending
have a sworn
tonight?
statement when we submit for a board meeting. We had a statement from the homeowner that we can represent them at the meeting. We have the form of applicant that they sign it that we can represent them
You have that form?
as usual. I mean,
I'm not aware of it, no. Was that given to our office? Was that given?
Correct,
That wasn't
yes.
during a meeting, that was just given to our office.
it's given to the office. Yeah,
Okay.
it was given to the office with the rest of the
And it's a
application.
It's
Just
on the-
looking
it's
at
on
the
the
application, the applicant's name is Home Source Construction.
Why does your letter refer to it as Marion Knowles?
Well, that's the property owner. But
Says
if,
he's-
It has it as the owner, so slash applicant. I apologize. We'll
Yeah,
have,
I just want to make sure it's proper, so what
Yeah.
we're hearing can be heard, and we
Yeah.
can get an expeditious review.
Well, if the gentleman says that he has submitted it, I've dealt with him and his company before, a reputable company, so I would tend to take his word on that.
If he has the written authorization, I'm fine. At least we
yeah.
have something in the file. I didn't know.
Okay.
yeah,
We do,
there's,
yes, the homeowners sign it so we can represent them at the meeting. We have that application in file.
And this is for 311 Beechwood, is that
311
correct?
Beechwood Road, correct, sir.
Oh, yeah, on the application, it does says authorization and it's home source construction.
Okay.
Still need to get sworn in.
Okay, so could you just stand and raise your right hand, please? Do you swear that the testimony you're going to give this evening before this board is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
Thank you. And again, could you state your name? It's Ozzy. Spell your last name again, please.
SULEYMANOGLU.
And you are the owner of Home Source Construction, that's
Correct.
correct? And what's the address for Home Source Construction?
219 West Madison Avenue, Dumont, New Jersey, 07628.
Okay, so could you please just explain to the board what it is you're seeking to do, please?
Sure. So we're proposing rear addition on an existing single dwelling house, 528 square feet rear addition, 275 square feet new covered deck, and 175 square feet new porch. And in order to all that new addition, we are proposing stormwater management system. The engineering plan was proposed by McLean Engineering, and we are proposing two Cooltech 330 storm chambers to collect all the rainwater from a new addition. So that total projects involves 135 cubic yards total soil moving. It's going to be 46 cubic yards backfill and total of 89 cubic yards soil to be removed out of the property. So total of soil moving is 135 cubic yard.
Chairman, the authorization information is up on the screens. Just to verify.
So looking at the plan, do you want to mark that plan as applicant 1 or A1 or something to that effect for purposes of your application tonight? Usually the plans get marked in. Is that your practice here?
They were submitted to the office and we delivered them to the board.
Okay.
So normally they don't,
They don't? Okay.
unless they submit something new, then it goes to an exhibit.
Okay. So the application, what the board has is the same as the document that
Same
you
as the
have.
document I have, correct.
Right, and in the upper left corner of that document, it indicates this is an R2 residential zone, that's correct?
Correct.
And it looks like there are no variances required, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so the only thing that we're addressing this evening is if we look at the box on the upper right of the plan, the soil moving requirements, correct?
Correct. Total of 135 cubic yards, over 100 cubic yards soil moving.
Okay.
We'll start with our professionals. Dave, why don't we start with the letter that you...
Sure. Just for the record, so as far as the soil movement, I know you said 135. So the way the town code is written, it's the cumulative, the cut and the fill, with them being positive. So the total soil movement is 181 cubic yards.
Okay.
Just so that's on the record, it's 181 total cubic yards of soil being moved. As far as the site improvements, are there any trees that are being proposed to be removed as part of the
No,
project?
no trees to be removed.
As far as any of the site grading, will there be any impact to the adjacent properties as far as the work that's being done as
No,
far as...
existing grading is going to remain.
Okay. And then I think in your testimony you had said you're proposing 2 Coltech units to address the increase in impervious coverage on the property?
Correct.
And just for the board's record, we did review those calculations ahead of time. Everything seems to satisfy the requirements as far as the sizing of that. Did you get a copy of our September 9th letter?
Yes, we did.
In there, there's an item under the engineering comments, item number 9, just soil testing for permeability and also for checking for groundwater, depth of groundwater. You aware of that item in there?
We are aware of it. Yes, we're going to be open up the test hole, and the soil is going to be get a percolation test prior to tank installation. Will be submitted.
Okay, fair enough. I have no other questions. The items in our letter, some of them are just really stuff that needs to be addressed during construction, but everything in here is satisfied.
No other open items?
No.
Okay. Steve?
Nothing to add.
Okay. Mike, do you have anything else you'd like to ask the applicant?
No.
Okay. Does any member of the board have any questions regarding this application?
I have a comment. Yeah, I just want to make sure, in the upper left-hand corner, in terms of lot area, lot width, setbacks, there are no variances. In terms of any of the construction, the overhangs or architectural changes, there's no variances seeking, is that correct?
Correct. There's no
Yes.
changes from the proposed plan.
Right, so the only reason we're here tonight is simply for
Soil,
the
amount
soil.
of the soil removal. Correct.
Okay, just making sure, thank you.
I'd now like to open it up to the public. If anybody has any comments, I'll close public. And, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that application for calendar number S-133-24 311 Beechwood Road be approved, subject to any of the items that are still outstanding in the Neglia letter.
Second.
Who was the second?
Jim.
So, Mr. Snyder, you're filling in for Mr. Scalcione. Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Kang?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Mr. Hines?
Yes.
Councilman Carnaval?
Yes.
Mayor Cove?
Get to vote in these meetings.
Yeah, you do.
Believe that or not, yes.
Yeah, you
My
do.
vote is yes.
Yeah. And Vice Chair, Mr. Darian.
Yes.
Thank you. Good luck with the project.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
That's all we have for this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Carmel. Continuing with committee reports, we have business, buildings, and signage. Mr. Kang, any updates?
Nothing to report.
Nothing? All right. Regional Planning Coordination, Mayor?
The only thing to report, but not going into detail, is that the borough is party to litigation of multiple municipalities in the state of New Jersey against the state regarding their method for implementing fair share housing or meeting our affordable housing obligation. Just to reiterate, it's not the concept of needing to provide it, but the manner in which they're prescribing it. So just so everybody's aware, we are an active party to that action. I have nothing else to report this evening.
Okay. Zoning, Mr. Felding is not here tonight, so we'll skip. Master Plan, Open Space, Environmental and Circulation Systems, that's me. The subcommittee met on September 16th. We met our new planner. We have Caroline Ritter, which is our normal planner, but we also have Francis Reiner. He is with DMR Architects. He has a very impressive background. We were very impressed with his knowledge and his credentials at this subcommittee meeting. We asked him to put together a survey. Apparently, he's done this already in many other municipalities, so he quickly put together some boilerplate questions, which was circulated via email and after the meeting. And just this evening, he gave me his first round. So we haven't had a chance at the subcommittee level to, discuss these survey questions. But we will be meeting again on October 7th, next week. And from there, we'll be whittling down those survey questions. And our goal is to publish a survey townwide before Thanksgiving. In addition, we are trying to work in parallel because our timelines are relatively short. So we are also having conversations, regarding how we're looking to modify the existing master plan and in what direction and what's the scope of the work involved. But we still have a long ways to go yet. So I really don't have anything specific to give an update on. And that's all I have. Anyone have any questions or comments on the master plan? Okay, having seen none. Next is historical preservation. Mr. Carnevale?
No report for this evening?
Okay. Old business? No? Mr. Depkin?
It might be under old business. There were a few members that did not fill out the financial disclosure statements, and they've received a penalty from the state. I put them on but they're not here. So I'll have to take them back and give it to them again. But I don't know what the procedure or the fallout is. I talked to the zoning board attorney, and he says that they're still able to sit on the board and vote. I don't know how they recoup their penalty from, a resident that's volunteering. I don't know what the process is of that, so if I get any more information, I'll let you know. We've tried time and time again to make sure everybody does their financial closure statements. They have to do it every year. The hardest time is the first year, because they give you a PIN number, and then after that, it's an easy fill-in, application. Takes 5 minutes. So why they didn't do it, I don't know. But
Mr. Duncan, what's the
they've been
penalty?
warned.
What's the penalty?
It was $100.
They're actually also very responsive, that they will pick up a phone. You get a body and they'll pick up the phone quickly, which is...
Yeah, and I think if you called or they
Yeah.
called and, said, some reason why they couldn't, I would think they would try to work with you.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah.
Any other old business? Having seen none. New business? Relating to the planning board? No new business? Open to the public? Please state your name.
Good evening, Paul Atsunas.
Thank you.
I was at the library today, and I opened the New Jersey Municipalities book for September, and it had to be done on the computer because we don't have it in our library. I don't know why. But anyway, I found out that something had to be done on, there was a date of September 16th to the DCA that we had to provide some kind of information. Has that been done?
What?
On affordable housing?
I'm not aware of a September 16th, I believe is an October date. We'd have to check with council.
Yeah, October 20th is the one that they're going to give us the amount of units we need, but it's said in September 16th. That's why I saw it today, and I didn't know about that till I read this today. The other things that I read is on the I had asked the planning board to look into the Blauvelt Mansion and see what we could do there last time. And when I read this article today, it says it's time. The DCA launched New Jersey Healthy Homes Initiative about vulnerability of populations to provide for all existing homelessness of veterans with housing and the homeless prevention ecosystem to place newly homeless veterans newly homeless veterans in housing within 30 days and provide $30 million investments for homeless veterans in New Jersey to stable the housing for veterans. So that means that there's $30 million in a pot. And you know that I've been advocating for the Blauvelt Mansion to work together with the Care One people and to see if we could make that as a home for the veterans. So I think it's time for the county to act now, and I think the county should get involved on the Blauvelt Mansion. The state can provide the funds to house veterans at the mansion. The money is there, and we need negotiations to begin with Care One and our county. I hope that some officials here and our town officials can try to move in on this and take the initiative, and perhaps we can work something out. There's $30 million in the pot. So I know that we didn't get this information timely because we were missing that particular magazine in the library until today, and I got it off of the computer. The librarian gave me the access to the computer to do that. So I'm hoping that something can be done in that regard, or at least somebody please look into it and please answer back to us. And I thank you for listening.
Thank you for your comments. I'd just like to state, Paul, that the planning board does not have the authority to work directly with the property owner to convince him to do any changes to his property. Michael, correct me if I'm wrong. Also, by doing so, one could say that we are biased. And if an applicant were to come in front of this board, they could argue that we are not treating them fairly. Our roles here is to be unbiased and to listen to professional testimony from the applicant, from their professionals, and based on that testimony, reach a decision. The current property where the Blauvelt is located is zoned. That's an ordinance, and it is, as far as we're concerned on the planning board, we can't, work with a developer, property owner, private individuals to change that zoning. That's just not in our area of responsibility. So I just want to make sure you're clear on that. We're not going to be doing anything. Now, there's nothing to say that you cannot, and there's nothing to say that you don't have a great idea. It's just saying that, we cannot as board members.
Well, I wish I had the means to do this, but I don't have the means personally to do this. But I'm relying on I'm going to rely on the council and the mayor to try to find out some more information on that, and please report on us. And as far as the planning board, I didn't know if it was zoned that you could do that or not at the veterans home. Could you have a veterans home there?
No.
We don't know.
Not really. I mean, the only thing I could think of that we could do is look at the area in which the Blauvelt is located and consider changes to our master plan, and then make proposed recommendations that would be under consideration for the mayor and council to make underlying zoning changes. But we don't, we just, that's not in our area. You understand?
I get it.
And if an applicant were to come in front of this board and any member here was advocating one side or the other for or against, that would be a bias against that applicant. It wouldn't be fair for the applicant. So, we have to not, you know what I mean? We have to not participate in these advocacy groups.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, I just felt that I wanted to air this out, and I wanted this public to know about this possibility, and I'm going to see what else I can do, and I'm going to keep after it. I'm not giving up on it, and hopefully I'll get to speak with somebody from Care One.
Sure.
And see if we can get to access to it, because we're not allowed to have access to the building. I understand, because it's considered a residence, and that you have to have permission from the resident, even though the resident has passed away that was there, and now is the time for something to be done. So, anyway.
It is a private residence, and if you knocked on my door and wanted to come in without my permission, you'd have a problem.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other members of the community like to speak? Having seen none, I'd like to close to the public.
Second?
All right.
All in favor?
All in favor for adjournment?
Just got to close public.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we close public? Oh, I
Go
thought,
all in favor?
I'd like to close public.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
All against? None
Right.
stated?
Thank you, Steve. With that, I'd like to adjourn our evening tonight.
Second.
All in
All in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
None
Thank you.
against?
Stephen,
And it is
seconded your motion to approve the ordinance?
Mayor.
Jim,
How'd you get on the committee? How'd you get that? That's not easy.
25 minutes. And that was with what happened?
Here's a one.